Good evening, peoples, internet. Welcome to Side-Eye in the City, episode 17. What's up, y'all? We back. This is your host, Tamika, and I have with me my fearless sisters in Side-Eye. I have Miss Sunny. What's up, Sunny? And I have Miss Chris. What's up, Chris?
Hi.
Sydney's not with us this week, but I know you back from Europe, so I'm looking for you, girl. Just kidding. But it's just us three today, so I'm going to go ahead and get us rolling and say how y'all doing. How y'all doing this week?
Good. Good.
That's good. Good. What's new? What's shaking in your worlds, respectively?
Well, enjoying the summer. Finally got a bit of it here in Michigan.
That's always good.
It started for us about a week or two ago, so it's good.
Right. Yeah, it finally stopped raining here, so that's always good. How about you, Miss Sunny? What's good with you?
Well, life has been a blessing. Last week was tough by being African American, watching everything on the news. So yeah, it was a tough week. I took a lot of that personal, and then this week, we're gonna start it off right, positive energy, and we knocked off the wig. Yes. So feeling free and Afrocentric today.
All right. Yes. Boldly black. I like it.
Real bold.
Yeah, same here. Last week I was at my family reunion in St. Louis. That was kind of fun. Interesting tidbit, I learned that my family actually has a bona fide Confederate ancestor. What? White Confederate. Yeah. So our claim to whiteness, Chris, is actually more legitimate than Rachel Dolezal's.
Oh, very.
Yeah. Yeah.
A real white woman. Okay.
Exactly. So, so I'm going to go and claim my privilege in the workplace. And I'll let y'all know how that goes.
And wave your flag, I see.
Exactly. Yes. Well, okay. I'll leave the flag at home. The flag isn't very popular right now.
Right.
So, So, speaking of, I guess since you brought that up, I'm going to go ahead and roll into our first topic and our yes of the week. I don't know if that's a good title for that segment, but we'll go with that for now. But our yes of the week is Miss Bree Newsom. And she is the young African-American woman in South Carolina who climbed the flagpole on the Capitol and snatched that damn flag down.
Yeah.
Her legal name is Brittany Newsom, but she goes by Bree Newsom also. So if you saw some articles mentioning a Brittany Newsom, same person.
Okay.
But she is an activist, and she actually, interestingly enough, only learned how to climb like 2 days before she climbed the pole and took down the flag.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And what's interesting, when she took it down, and of course they arrested her because, Black people aren't allowed to, be civilly disobedient. Right, exactly. I forgot what I was going to say. Also, she learned how to climb 2 days before, and right after they arrested her, of course, they raised it right back up.
Right.
And it was there was actually a white supremacist rally that this happened right before, which I think is incredibly ridiculous, given that this was also at the same time as two of the funerals for the people who were killed in the massacre. So, but she is a rock star, and I think she did pretty good for only learning how to climb 2 days prior. So there's a crowdfunding campaign to free her. For her legal fees, and it's on Indiegogo. And right now it's at about. Well, this is as of yesterday, I think. This is today. This is as of this morning. Her crowdfunding campaign was at $97,000. So, yes. So, anyone who wants to put their money where their mouth is and help a freedom fighter get the justice she deserves, I urge you to look up Miss Bree Newsom or Brittany Newsom on Indiegogo and donate. But she's our yes of the week and our hero. So, yay. Way to go, Miss Brittany. You rock, girl.
Yes,
Give him heck.
Wonder Woman.
Give him heck. Exactly, right. Spider-Woman. Yes, the Black Spider-Woman. Yes.
I can climb up
Yes.
no flagpole, honey.
What'd you say?
I can't climb up no flagpole.
Right? Yes, the news story would have been me hanging by like one leg from the flagpole and having to have somebody climb up and get me down.
Right.
Which might not have been quite as effective. So yeah, so that is our hero of the week. So anyone who wants to contribute to her legal defense, because I got a feeling they're going to go as hard as they can with her, even though they bought Burger King for the Joe who shot 9 people, but whatever.
Okay.
But anyone who wants to tribute to her legal defense, I urge you to do so. So that was our yes of the week. Go, Miss Brittany. Miss Sunny, your thoughts?
Oh, well, I will say, I hate that she... Well, let me rewind it. It is leaders like her are going to have to go through the possibilities of being arrested, possibilities of being harmed. So to me, it's like we're in a different era where to really show that you're down for this cause and support, you have to go through the trenches. And I think that we need to go back to the whole ideology of we got to start supporting. If we can't just get mad about it. We have to really start supporting. So if someone does something like that in efforts to make a move for the movement, we got to put our dollars. I ain't got too many dollars, but I'm going to put a couple on that one.
I feel you.
It's the masses that are going to really make the volume, and we're going to see a whole lot from it. So I do have something to add to the Confederate flag a little bit later, but I want to go ahead and pass the torch to Chris before I give my 2 cents.
Oh wait, before you do that, I forgot to mention her hashtag on Indiegogo, so anybody that's looking to donate or contribute can find her. The hashtag is FreeBree. That's FreeBree. So yeah, look her up, donate, contribute. All right, go ahead, Chris. Sorry, I didn't mean to step on you, but just want to make sure people can find her.
No, it's fine. Absolutely, that's far more important than what I'm about to say. No,
everyone's important.
Yes.
All ideas matter.
Yes, all ideas together. Okay. I just wanted to say, I think that it's wonderful. Just I saw a meme representing her with Wonder Woman hanging off the flagpole, holding the Confederate flag, and I just thought that was amazing. But
I saw that one too. Yeah.
I think that it does show kind of what we were talking about the last time that we met, that there are leaders, there are young people who are interested in keeping our civil rights the way that they should be and improving them substantially. So, saying we don't have any leaders out there, I think that this is a shining example of what leadership is. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I loved it. She's a new age freedom fighter. So, one of our own generation. One of several, clearly. But still, she's a rock star. I mean, I think that took balls, really, to climb a flagpole.
Yes.
And then knowing that she was going to be arrested when she got back down. I think that's balls. That's heart right there. So,
yes,
hats off to her. Absolutely.
Yes.
So, let's see. What else is going on? Or what else did I put in the chat room? Okay, so... You all want to go with something a little side-eye, or do you want to talk about the best president ever?
Let's get that side-eye out the way.
Okay. All right. Well, there was news, or there was an announcement from our favorite teen mom, one Miss Bristol Palin.
Yeah.
Who has made hundreds of thousands of dollars as a speaker on the subject of, wait for it, abstinence. Turns out, y'all know what I'm gonna say, right? Turns out she's pregnant. Again.
Again. One more again.
Again. Yes. Yes, girl. Yes. Our abstinence speaker is preggo.
Well, it's okay for being black and white.
Yeah.
You're okay for being black and she white. I mean, we can get back to speaking on abstinence and you screwing. So.
I think it proves, if anything, that you can literally do anything in 2015. You can be an abstinent speaker, unmarried with 2 kids by 2 different baby daddies, and
Oh,
that's all good.
nice.
But
So yes.
doesn't that only happen to black women? Oh wait, I'm sorry.
Right?
Well, see, and that's the thing, and that's what kind of what I want to touch on, which makes this whole thing just makes me go side eye. Not that she's, not side eyeing her pregnancy or all that, but just the silence from the right,
Oh yeah.
who would be screaming about family values and how, if a black woman in her predicament, and her exact predicament and circumstances would be, a bad role model to young women of color everywhere, and everybody would be talking about family values and fatherless homes and broken homes and, broken black communities and all children need fathers and all that.
Right.
But Bristol is pregnant again, second baby daddy. Nothing.
Oh,
Nothing from the right at all. I haven't heard anybody on Fox News wringing their hands about, what about the children? So it's not really side-eyeing the feeling, but I'm side-eyeing the right.
and it sounds like both her baby daddies ain't worth two dead flies smashed either. Because
Oh, yeah.
we gotta remember. You remember he did a Playgirl spread. Remember when he did that? And then he didn't want to take care of the baby. And she was supposed to have gotten married like either 2 months ago, and they canceled the wedding at the last minute because they found out old boy was still married, I believe.
I'm just going to sit here and sip my non-tea.
So
Go ahead.
Bristol's situation comes with deadbeat daddy. So
Not like either, huh? Oh, okay.
there's strife all over that situation.
Yes, clearly some questionable decision making has been at play. But I'm just wondering, where's all the outrage? Where's the concern for those poor fatherless babies?
They white. They gonna
Where
be
is it?
Come on.
Oh, they gonna be all right. I mean, come on now. They gonna be all right. Am I petty? I'm petty, but whatever.
No, said that. I think there's a lot of truth to what you're saying behind the petty. I think it's funny, but
It's hilarious. It's hilarious.
I think you posted an article regarding, if Bristol Palin was Sasha or Malia Obama, this would be world.
Yes, I did, and I'm gonna open that mug right now. Go ahead.
World news, breaking stories of the travesty that has throttled our country. I mean, it would just be ridiculous if this was a brown family.
Yeah.
It's so interesting. It doesn't matter. I mean, I wish her a healthy, happy pregnancy and her, baby's the best.
Absolutely.
But if it was the other way around,
absolutely,
it would definitely be a totally different situation. Totally different.
Absolutely. Yeah, and that's what I'm side-eyeing. I'm side-eyeing the double standard.
Right.
And how women of color are held to a completely different standard of propriety, and how a pregnant single woman of color would be considered a national crisis.
Yes.
And certainly a black eye on the black community. But a second Palin pregnancy is, whatever.
Fine.
She made a mistake. She's a kid who made a mistake.
Again.
Right.
It's not much to do out there in Alaska, right? Oh, okay.
Well, other than speaking on abstinence, I guess there's not.
Where is that? Where is that?
Oh yeah, I'm critiquing the double standard and just kind of calling our collective attention to the fact that not all women are privy to such freedom to fall down.
Overlooking. Yes.
But congratulations.
Yay. Thank you.
I'm petty. I'm so petty. I'm sorry.
No, it's needed.
I'm really not, so it's okay. So let's see. So yeah, that was our side eye of the week. Did you have something, Sunny?
Well, yes. Let's go. Let's stay in the negative.
Okay.
And I'm gonna tell you what happened to me this week. I'm gonna post it, and y'all gonna see.
Okay.
last week I was really, really hurt by what happened.
Oh Lord.
I know, right? Did you see the chat room?
So I just posted how Fox News lost your girl. And what happened was, I don't like Fox News ideas and everything, but I'm always curious to what they really think and what they really feel. So last week when all the things happened with the shooting, everything came out that it was a faith-based issue. It wasn't race,
Right.
It was faith. And then, I wish I wrote down all the individuals who have contributed their 2 cents, but there's so many, I just have to say all of Fox News.
Right. It did seem to be like an editorial decision
Even
that
the
they're
black
frame
people,
it like that.
even the black people came out talking about it was faith, and I'm like, really? You just after this young man told you he did it because he wanted to get back at black people. He killed them because they raped their women, etc. When he gave his explanation, now we're still saying it's attack on faith. Right. So, Fox News, and Charlamagne would say you get donkey of the day because
yes.
It was one of those. They went too far with your girl. They went too far by saying that people in a church worshiping with the person who plotted to kill them. It was faith-based when he specifically said he was upset with black people and he wanted to start a race war. And they still tried to fight that, and to be that ignorant, that's way too far from me. When people are murdered, you've gone too far. And then the African Americans who have participated in that conversation as well and have supported the Fox ideology really breaks my heart. There's a time when you got to hang up your Uncle Tom hat and just say, I don't want to be Uncle Ruckus anymore, and I want to help my people be better and have justice. So Fox News lost your girl last week, and I'll still watch them to see, but I'm going to really start hating them even more than I did before. But they lost your girl, so that's my 2 cents.
Woohoo! Just kidding. But no, I feel you. Yeah, I noticed that they worked really hard to frame the shooting as an attack on Christianity, which again I agree, is absolutely despicable and disgusting. Like, it really is. One of the chicks, what's her name? The one that used to be on The View, Hasselbeck. Elizabeth Hasselbeck. Yeah, she was one of them. But yeah, it really was like the entire Fox cohort. Like it was an editorial decision. Like they came together and said, okay, we're not gonna report this as a hate crime. We're gonna report this as we're not gonna report this as an attack, a race-based attack. We're gonna report it as a faith attack. And it's disgusting. It's absolutely despicable. And there's a danger to that. And I kind of had this discussion earlier this week with someone on Facebook, and that's about how that's sort of the danger of Fox News, is that they pander to certain tropes and stereotypes, and they're tropes and stereotypes that if you're a conservative who wants to say that race isn't an issue and racial injustice is not a thing and racism isn't a thing, or really anything, it's sexism, gender discrimination. Like if you want to live in that sort of denial bubble, all you have to do is watch Fox News and you'll get all the validation that you need. And they do this and they put it all under the banner of news, which sort of legitimizes it in a way that really, like, I feel like there's a difference between having a conservative slant, which is okay. I mean, I think all news has a certain bias or a certain slant. MSNBC has a liberal slant. CNN, up until this year, used to have one. Now their slant seems to be crazy and sensational and just ridiculous. And, of course, the Fox News and that ilk supposedly have a conservative slant. But their slant is so far right that they're not actually reporting news. They're really kind of just broadcasting propaganda and calling it news.
Right.
And I think that there's a very, very real danger there. It's disgusting and despicable. And I think when you go as far as to take a hate crime where the perpetrator of the crime says it's a hate crime and says why he's doing it, and it's because I don't like black people. That's what he said.
Mm-hmm.
And you take that and totally, not only like there's reframing, which is bad, but you've totally changed the narrative, just changed it completely and made it about something else. I think there's a danger there. I do. I think that there's a real danger. I think it opens up the door for more bias related incidents to happen, for more bias to be bred in people.
Yeah.
And it's wrong. So good for you. Now on that same, oh, I'm sorry. Before I go ahead, Chris, what do you want to say?
Oh no, I was definitely agreeing with you in my mind. I didn't really say anything.
I could feel you here. We're here.
Well, I think this specific suspect actually said that it was the internet and articles and news, that led him to believe that black people were all of the negative things he said.
Right.
It wasn't so much of his upbringing, but it was the information that he came across. Perpetuating these negative ideas. And like you said, I think it's dangerous. It's dangerous to the weak-minded and those looking for something to grab onto, positive or negative.
Right. Right. Like if you want to believe that all black people are dangerous and criminals and out to kill white people, if you want to believe that, there are no shortage of news outlets that you can go to and find exactly that information.
Exactly.
And that's sad and scary. It's not true, obviously, and again, it goes past just being slanted in a conservative direction. It's literally putting out false information as if it were true, and that is dangerous because most people consume media uncritically. Yeah. Meaning, if it's on the internet, if it's on TV, nobody ever bothers to fact check.
Right. It must be right.
Exactly, and that's dangerous. So in that vein, I'm actually going to throw in MSNBC and CNN in the same side-eye bubble. MSNBC, okay, when I mention this name again, Ms. Dolezal, and her whole revelation, or actually non-revelation, because she still has not admitted to not being black. But it's actually not even her. It's one of my heroes, heretofore heroes, Miss Melissa Harris Perry.
Yeah.
I made the mistake of watching the interview with Miss Dolezal, and it was, how can I put it, very softball. And I watched the interview with Matt Lauer as well on the Today Show.
Mm-hmm.
Again, also very softball. It's like someone at NBC decided to take the editorial direction. We are going to milk this for ratings.
Yep.
We are going to get an interview with this woman, and we're not going to challenge her on any of the things that she's saying. Yeah. And I feel like even just a mild challenge on even the basic, do you darken your skin? Like even that would have been better than just, oh, so do you darken your skin? Oh, well, I don't enjoy the sun. Okay. The hell? And it actually came out later that, yes, she does darken her skin. She spray tans. And how do we know she spray tans? The business, Dark Tan, where she gets it done, made a statement and said the brand and number of the spray tan that she has a standing appointment for. So even that, exactly. Like even just a little bit of a challenge on that. And I'm not saying that, Melissa MHP or Matt Lauer had to attack the woman. Of course not. But the questions that they asked her and the framing of the way that they interviewed her on both these outlets were ridiculously softball. They may have well been on her PR team. It was ridiculous.
My question is, why is she getting that kind of publicity?
Because she's the head of the NAACP in Spokane, Washington.
I think, this is my personal opinion. I kind of felt this way in the beginning. I was insulted by how people saw, I'm always insulted when I see other races try to act like we act when there's no real true definition of acting black, right?
Right.
But I was insulted because I'm like, okay, so you think wearing the hair kinky curly is something, everything that she did, it just annoyed me because that to me was a stereotype that she was bringing up versus.
Absolutely.
She could have fought the fight being white, and that's fine.
Absolutely.
But I'm gonna be honest, with everything that has gone on, I am so tired of them giving her any form of light because there's bigger things going on. And granted, this was before all that really kind of happened. But I like the fact that we're even giving her time to speak about her life. She lied about everything going on in her life. She lied, and I just realized that she had a lawsuit against Howard University as a white woman. If we're that desperate for media, that's really sad that we would even go to that level of just talking to someone who is faking a lifestyle. That hell, Caitlyn has more. What's the word? Caitlyn is more relevant and changed than this Rachel chick. Rachel's still white girl, and when she washes all that shit off and takes that wig off, she's still white girl, and she can still go and live her life accordingly and get the white privileges that are allotted to her. So I'm over the Rachel chick because I just feel like why does the media feel that she is relevant to current situations that are going on? So that's just my thing. I'm just so.
Right. No, I feel you. I totally feel you, and that's why I was almost hesitant to bring her up. But again, it's more of a critique again of the media, because again, if you're only casually paying attention to this, or I'll say, let's fast forward a couple years when all we have are her television interviews, and people looking at it, and they're really going to give her the benefit of the doubt and say, oh well, she felt black in her heart, so what she did was okay. And they're going to say that based on, again, these softball interviews that don't challenge her on, what you're doing and why. And I think even just the merest hint of a challenge can kind of reveal, kind of underline, like not only is this woman lying, she's a con artist. And she's a con artist that exploited real racial issues and tensions to do what she did. And it's despicable. Like, she's in the same boat as Dylan Storm Roof. She is.
Yes.
But we're giving her a pass. Everyone's giving her a pass. Black people are giving her a pass.
Black men.
Why? Because she... Exactly. Black men especially. And it's because she, was active in the NAACP. And it's like, well, wait a minute. If the only way for her to be active in civil rights is to wear a black costume, how active and effective could she really be?
All right.
But nobody's asking that question. Nobody. And it drives me bananas. And I feel like the media is complicit in that. So it's more, forget her. Like, honestly, she is, a pit stain on history. Forget her. But this is a critique on the media and the framing of her. Because a few years from now, that's all we're going to have. Yeah. And, what I'm saying? I feel like she perpetrated a massive fraud against black people, and she made us complicit in that fraud, and I don't appreciate that. So, kind of a side eye to the media in the framing of that story, and in the not challenging her at all on her story, which has holes in it big enough to drive a truck through. Like, it's so ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. But nobody wanted to see those. So, now again, a critique on the media not really doing its job.
Right.
Chris?
I think I would expect that both of those specific individuals, Matt and Melissa, would both go as hard at her as they would anyone else. And that's what I think we all expected. So when Ina gave her the white glove treatment, it was definitely disheartening. But, it is what it is. I don't want to talk about her anymore. So.
Right. Right. But, I don't know. It's one of those things. Like, I heard another interview, and I don't remember the woman's name, but there was a white reporter, and she actually went harder at her than Like, and I mean, again, she wasn't nasty, but she really challenged her. Like, oh, so did you darken your skin? No. Oh, yes, you do, and here's the proof. Like,
you just asked her questions to validate her story.
Exactly.
That was interviewing her. Just asking questions.
Exactly. So, and then in the same vein, some side eye to CNN.
Oh God, you going where I think you're going.
Well, okay, I'm going to start broad and then narrow in. So CNN has recently come under new editorial leadership. Apparently, they've kind of been struggling in the numbers and the ratings. And so it seems, and I don't have proof of this, but just by watching the way that the coverage has shifted, it seems in the last year they've sort of adopted sort of a policy or a slant toward sensationalism.
Mm-hmm.
And the vehicle for that, most often, is one Mr. Don Lemon. um, yeah. So I'm gonna resist the urge to, go in on a specific personality and sort of critique CNN as a whole as much as I can. And just say that this whole sensational way that they've reported, well, you know what? I'm going to talk about their coverage of the president. So President Obama has had a pretty interesting week.
Yes.
Yeah. Earlier this week, he had an interview with Mark Maron on his podcast, which I think is called WTF.
Yeah.
The WTF podcast, which is really good. Actually, I've listened to it before. I haven't listened to the President Obama interview, but I am going to listen to it. But on this podcast this week, the president made a very poignant point about racism and how it really functions in the new millennium. And his point was, he actually, if I can remember his quote, he said that racism isn't necessarily a matter of overt discrimination, and it's more than just not being able to say the N-word. I'm going to resist the urge, I'm not going to do it, in public. But the president actually used the N-word. And, of course, the world sort of melted down, and everybody kind of lost their collective shit, and just went a little nuts. Yeah. And so CNN, in their coverage of this, with Mr. Lemon, consisted of him holding up this huge sign with the N-word on it, saying, "Does this offend you?" Right. And it's like, really, Don?
Being too much.
Yes.
And then, again, on the same channel, on CNN, they had on a columnist for, I believe, the New York Times. I think it was the New York Times. Let me see if I can Google this guy's name while we're looking. I think it was him, something or other. But he was a columnist for the New York Times, and he actually wrote an op-ed arguing that President Obama should apologize for slavery.
Oh, girl.
Yes.
I heard that.
And CNN gave this guy an outlet whereby he pretty much doubled down on this ridiculous, foolish point of view.
Yes.
And so, CNN,
really,
what the hell? Like, what are you doing?
And this is why I do not watch CNN. This is why I sit over Fox, because at least I know I'm racist and not trying to play these Jedi mind tricks. Because Don Lemon's just trying to get ratings. CNN's just trying to be like Fox, so I stick with the originals. But, shout out to my show. I have to pull this up because I forget his name right. The Nightly Show with Larry Wilmore.
Yes, yes.
So, when I tell you, that brother acts really weird, but I dig everything he talks about. And he talks about the whole Don Lemon situation, but the reality of it just comes to anybody that I would allow to say the N-word as a president would only be Barack Obama. President Barack Obama. Now, they've called us the N-word multiple times, probably in multiple documented interviews, which I believe Larry Wilmore also presented. So it's not the first time the N-word has been in the White House. Am I right?
Not an interview last.
Thank you. So the fact that President Obama spoke about the N-word in the context that he spoke about it is totally different from what previous presidents have been calling us and saying about us. So I'm
sure previous presidents used it in its original incantation.
And the only person that should be mad should be African Americans who are called the N-word on a daily, whether it's within our circle or outside our circle. So I don't give a damn what white person sitting up here in their feelings, because at the end of the day, they good. They are so good.
Well, I mean, his whole point was, honestly, I feel like it was really brilliant, because it's like he's making a point that people are upset about the word, a literal word, but actual racist shit is happening, and nobody has anything to say. It's like, you're upset about him saying the N-word, but 9 people just died. Hello?
But let's be honest. Those who take offense and they are of other cultures are usually ones who are the racist ones. It's not those that sit back and say, you know what, I just don't say it. It's the ones that are bitching and complaining about a word that has absolutely nothing to do with them, but they have to put emphasis on it because they want to say it. Yeah. And because we don't allow them to say it without a beat down, they in their feelings, and that's what it comes down to. Now, that one got me moving. That had me. Pat my afro.
I think a lot of liberal allies get so hung up on that word because it's literally the easiest thing you can do to say that, oh, I'm not a racist. I'm not a racist because I don't say the N-word. Okay, great. But when black people get shot,
what are you doing?
You sit here and ponder about black on black crime.
Yep.
And that's not the point.
Right. So you're not calling us the N-word. Y'all thought I was going to go there, didn't you? You're not calling us the N-word, but you have no problem with us being treated like the N-word.
Exactly.
Nope. So, that's different.
I even got mad at I'll be honest, as a family member, she is Caucasian, and she actually made the comment, what was the young man's name in Baltimore?
Freddie Gray.
Freddie Gray. She made a comment stating, well, he was a criminal. I don't care what he was. He was a human being mistreated. And for anyone that says I had to make sure I communicated my feelings, because at the end of the day, if you feel that because he was a criminal, he deserved this, to me, that's racist.
Absolutely.
If it were vice versa in skin color, they would be messed up. Oh, FYI, they caught old boy who broke out of jail today.
Oh, they caught the other one.
Yeah, they killed the Hispanic one. But the white one, they just, I think, maybe shot him, but he's still living. Again, how this judicial system goes.
Interesting coinky-dink.
Yeah. Polo, oh boy, he got shot, killed, but the other one, the white one, he's still taking breath at this point. But I'm just saying. But no, it's just like, and I watch other YouTubers talk about when you are Caucasian, it's not your place to put judgment on them when an African American says it was race related, because he said when he's married to an African American woman, he said he used to feel that way until he realized he doesn't live day to day in an African American person's shoes. He doesn't know what it's like to be black and followed and mistreated. So when he realized that he can't, as a white person, say anything to justify what the police are doing, he just realized you just have to be sympathetic and just fall back. Just shut up sometimes.
Exactly. Just shut up. Just shut up and listen.
Just shut up. Because at the end of the day, it's getting harder and harder just to be African American. And to this point, I've never been this so jittery about police officers being behind me until recent days. But it's just gotten to a point where it's just like, I get it. And I feel what people in Mississippi are feeling. Because at the end of the day, we are now sharing experiences now as African Americans. Because we never know who's next.
Right.
So I don't even know where I'm going with all this. But I was just, I got tired of my spirit now.
I feel
Larry Wilmore, if y'all haven't watched him, watch him, because he's speaking our truths, and he's actually getting, he's playing it out, and it's really awesome how you can even see how the N-word plays out in this show, and how Don Lemon is just, he needs to sit down before he gets hurt, and the streets are ready for him.
Yes.
He's a bit of a problem. He
Did you
is.
see where that one lady was behind him, going off on him during his interview?
Yeah, I did see that.
Granted, she could have chosen a different platform, but
Right. Right. But I mean, I think it's just this sort of this move towards sensationalism, just in general. It's like it's not helpful. It's
But
problematic.
he'll be, you know what, Don Lemon will be on the same side eventually that we're all on. He will no longer play this Uncle Tom, Uncle Ruckus kind of act when his ass is under fire. You know what I'm saying? And it will happen. There will be a time when he's going to deal with the same things that African Americans out here are dealing with.
That train's never late. It's coming down.
Ain't it though? I hear
I
it.
find it hard to believe that it hasn't come already. It's like, dude, you're a black gay man. I mean, come on. Like,
He's black and gay when it's convenient.
Right.
oh, that's true. That's very true.
He doesn't have that flag up all the time. Because he's been on Wendy, which you all know I love Wendy. And if she does, you know, anything that gestures his homosexuality, he'll sometimes act like he's offended. But Wendy's like, no, you come on my show, so how you do it? So I've seen it where he's been like, really, Wendy? And she's like, really? So don't wave the flag when it's convenient. Step into your truth and be okay with it. So that's why I'm sticking with old Bill O'Reilly and the Fox News crew.
Yeah, they all could have several seats. that would not make me unhappy. I'll say that. So, Miss Chris, you had a topic here, and I'll let you introduce your topic because it is priceless. So go ahead.
My topic today is mean-ass Christians.
Yes.
Preach.
I mean that from the bottom of my heart, okay?
Won't you do it?
Yes, yes. As we haven't discussed yet, but the Supreme Court made gay marriage legal in all of our wonderful states, and
Yes.
you know, there was a love.
Except for Texas.
Well, you know, there was a Love Wins hashtag on Facebook and Twitter, and you know, all of the hitters and internets, and I must admit that I saw some very nasty messages from a lot of my friends, I'll say, about the matter. And first, let me say this, regardless of what your opinion is of gay marriage, two things that stick out to me. Number one, as a Christian, it's not your job to judge people's sins. And, you know, to say that one sin is worse than the other or this is absolutely wrong. And I found that a lot of my unmarried mothers with children that have never been married, I mean, you know, were posting things about God said this. And, you know, he kind of said don't fornicate, too. So that's going to...
Come on now. Come on.
That's going to push you out, you know. And then the same people who, you know, post riddled with cuss words and all of that. Hey, you know what? That's in there too. You know, there's so many different sins. Just because you sin, you feel you know your sin is justified because it's not that. And I think that everybody should really take a step back and let God do His job. Okay?
Amen.
It's not your job to tell somebody that the Bible says this, so you can't. You know, I don't believe that we are the enforcers. And I thought it was very interesting that, you know, lots of people were going to the, you know, well, this is between a man and a woman. The Bible says this in Genesis, and then, you know, this, that, and the other, or whatever chapter that they were quoting. And it was like, well, you know what? As it relates to relationships, in the Bible, there are husbands, wives, concubines, sisters, uncles. If you get raped, I think your rapist is supposed to marry you, and you got to be with him because you're not clean. And I mean, it's a trump of foolishness. You know what I'm saying? That's like, what? Y'all aren't following any of this other stuff. So why are we taking such a devout, nasty stand? You don't have to be nasty. You know,
Right.
You can have your opinion, but you know, there's no reason to attack anyone. I can't say personally that a man and a man or a woman and a woman getting married is going to change anything about my life. I don't. It's not.
Right.
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 That's what it's about.
I really can't say it would change anything. Quite honestly, I'm like, come on, get some of this. We don't know what we're doing either. You know what I'm saying? So, most of the heterosexual marriages that I know are in need of help. So,
Amen. Won't he do it?
so it is going so great the other way either. I think people really, really need to simmer down. Second, I want to say that this to me parallels to racism. And I think that as Christians, we really need to pay better attention to the fact that this same Bible that we are throwing at the gay community is the same one that was used to enslave us. And
amen. Can I get an amen?
They validated a lot of slavery with the Bible. They validated
amen.
With the Bible, and I'm not saying that it's quote unquote, oh, well, they just had it wrong. I'm not saying that. I'm saying this is what they used at that time to validate this. So this is kind of running around, kind of running parallel to the way that things happened then. And maybe just take a step back,
right.
and really think about whether you pulling your, internet soapbox up to your phone and posting some foolishness about how, this is ruining the country and this, that, and the other. There's actually gay marriages in other countries that aren't having the racial problems that we're having. So, kind of think about that for a second. What's really more important? Killing people, the 6 churches that burned in the last week, all black down south, or ranting about why marriage should just be between a man and a woman. Like I said, it's not hurting me either way.
Yeah.
If people are talking about being together, they're not talking about let's get together and burn this mofo up. That's not what's happening. So I just think that perspective has been skewed a bit, and like I said, let's let God do His job, and we should stop trying to do it.
Right. Yeah. I agree, and I was gonna say today I went to church, and what I love about my church is his emphasis was don't worry about what other people are doing. He said, because he's there to preach the word of God and accepts everyone that walks in those doors. He says, regardless of what you do, it has absolutely nothing to do with your walk with them and your relationship, And he also brought out politics and religion. They're 2 different entities. And the reason why these people are getting married, it's not for the purpose to say that they're honored under God. It's because they want to have the same health rights and property and be able to protect themselves the way marriage people protect themselves. So I think that people need to get off the religious part of it and understand why people are really getting married. It's to protect themselves. Because I remember many years ago when they were bringing this up, I don't know if it was like one of those town hall meetings, but someone was saying how he and his partner were together for years. And when his partner died, his family came in and took the home from him, and he was pretty much homeless. And so that's something that, it's not necessarily them being together, but them having the rights to where that if they build a life with someone, it's not taken away from them because of their preference and their sexuality. So, I'm not for or against, I'm neutral, but I do feel as so-called quote-unquote Christians, they need to worry about how they're going to get past them gates and not worry about someone else's do's, don'ts, or whatever. So I agree with you.
I mean, like I said, I'm hurt. I've been divorced before. Hey, you're not supposed to do that either. I'm not. It's just so many things, that
sinner, you're going to hell.
So many things that we've all done, to sit here and say, well, I'm gonna take my stand on this sin because this one is real wrong. It's just like, simmer down, man. You know what I mean? You really are pointing a finger that is pointing, 3 other ones back at you. Calm down.
Right.
Stop being.
They deserve right.
Right. I mean, I've noticed the same sort of anger and vitriol this week too from Christians. And I mean, it always just struck me as the worst sort of hypocrisy. It's like I feel like anytime, and I'm as a straight woman, I'm still very happy with the decision. I feel like anytime the world is a little bit more just, even if that justice isn't directly to my benefit, it's still good. Like, we live in a world that's more just this week than it was last week, and that matters, regardless of if you're gay or straight or what you believe about homosexuality or whatever. But as far as I've seen, like, the people ranting about this is the end of the world and this is the end of days and this is a sin and blah 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 blah. And yes, I've noticed that quite a few of them are single parents. And it always struck me like, oh, so you're a virgin with your 2 kids?
Yes, immaculate conception.
Right. Both times. I'm not even talking about Bristol Palin this time either. Yeah, so it struck me as just the worst sort of hypocrisy. And then you have the gall to put Jesus on it.
Yeah.
Like, how dare you? Like, that's wrong. That's wrong. Like, while you're judging, gay people for wanting to get married or for being gay, really, is what you're judging them for.
Yeah.
And you're using God to do it.
Yeah.
I have to, and again, I'm not a biblical expert, but I'm pretty sure God isn't like, use me to hate people. Like, that's not my understanding of the New or Old Testament.
Nope.
So, but yeah, I've noticed a lot of soapbox people getting just really hysterically crazy, and it's like, okay, I mean, regardless, even if you're against, marriage equality, which honestly, anyone that's against any form of equality should really check yourself, especially a person of color. Really check yourself. Like, you're against equality.
The most highly pissed.
Right.
Black Baptist.
I'm not going to name a specific denomination because I've seen it from, you name it, from all corners of, the world. But like, just anybody that's like, you have a problem with equality as a person of color. Like, hello, I'm gonna need you to buy a clue. Like, I'm gonna need you to just buy a single clue. I'll give you $1. Give me your PayPal. Like, this is ridiculous.
Remember when Black people couldn't get married? Remember when you didn't have to hire Remember when you didn't have to do anything? Because all of this stuff is parallel to exactly what's happening with gay people. And it's just a matter of time before they start to meld together either the right way or the wrong way. So
Right, exactly. And I feel like, I mean, I don't know, I feel like that sort of bias really is on the same tree as the F them N-words.
Yep.
Yeah.
Philosophy. It's 2 branches of the same tree. Yeah. So if the world is a little bit more fair for them, then it's a little bit more fair for everybody, and that's a good thing. So, yeah, Facebook Christians, get it together.
Just for me, please. It's so unnecessary. You are completely entitled to your opinion. But like I said, just being nasty, same thing.
Right.
Like, I wish somebody would, and this is ridiculous, and I hope they all die. I'm like, wait a minute, I'm pretty sure that I don't remember Jesus saying, "Tell them all, they all gonna die. I hope you all die." Like, really?
Right.
That's not a Christian thing to say at all. Like, that's as far from Christian as you can get. But yeah. I said, there's a couple of people that I definitely follow for foolishness. So it is what it is. But that's my mean ass Christian rant.
I feel you. I do. And yes. Okay, Sunny, let's see. I think we covered yours. Oh, do we want to talk about the president, Reverend President Obama?
And we're going to amen.
So he gave the eulogy for Senator Clementi Pinckney.
Yes.
Who was the pastor of the church in Charleston that was attacked.
Yeah.
He gave his eulogy earlier this week, and he gave a very stirring, actually the eulogy itself was just brilliant and inspiring.
Wonderful.
And then at the end of it, he gave a very stirring surprise rendition of Amazing Grace.
Yes, he did.
So President Obama is officially a rock star.
Yes. That's the rock star.
So thoughts, feelings?
I mean, it was.
Was I the only one crying like an idiot? I hope I wasn't.
I had church. Cried.
I didn't cry. I can't say that I cried, but I definitely.
Oh, you're dead inside.
I was touched. Oh, that's fine. I was touched. I thought it was a very sweet gesture. Just a peaceful gesture. You know what I'm saying? I really appreciated it, and I can't say that I didn't appreciate all of the memes, giving him his new album. I'm so excited. Um, but yeah, it was very moving.
I would say I'm with you, Tamika. I cried because I watched it from 11 a.m. until it ended. So I had church. I was cheering up. I was crying. I laughed when the cousin got up because I'm like, what is he talking about? But that service was beautiful from beginning to end, and I think what is an awesome takeaway from all of that, that it was finally a moment where he could actually step out and show support for something that has happened to the black community. He's never really been able to do that because I'm sure a lot of it deals with the politics of the police being involved. So this was an opportunity where he could actually show his support, but also show support for the family that was going through. But you know what? I think that a lot of emphasis seems to be bypassing on the fact that this was a senator. This was an assassination.
State senator.
And so even sometimes in the beginning, I kept hearing Reverend. But there needs to be emphasis on this was a political figure being murdered, assassinated. And for President Obama to be there to show support, it was absolutely beautiful. And it was touching what he had to say. It struck chords on everything dealing with peace, love, and how we treat each other. And I think that was awesome. Now, I do have a read, though. I have a read.
Ooh. Okay.
Al Sharpton, Jesse Jackson now. They had to take pictures out in the crowd because Obama was like, you ain't invited in the front seat. You can't sit in the front row with the crew.
A little presidential shade, okay.
So Al and them took pictures on the Facebook and the gram, but it was like them and a few of the crew, but they was nowhere near President Obama, nowhere near Vice President Biden. They had to sit in the back of the club and take pictures.
They weren't in VIP?
They weren't in VIP. I know that's horrible to say, but I got so tickled when I saw Sharpton and Jesse with his head hanging low, and I was like, I bet you remember what he said about Obama when he first came out? Guess who in the back of the club? What Chris Brown said, and you can't even get in. So how you hating on me?
Oh my God.
Sharpton back in the back. They didn't even ask him to preach, nor did they care if he came.
No.
That was the vigil. So I was like,
wherever you were.
They took that picture with the rest of the congregation. Do you understand?
Well, maybe they just wanted to be out amongst the people.
Girl,
really?
They are amongst the people.
I'm not even sure I believe that.
They are regular folks.
You just wanted to say it, because.
Well, I'm trying to not be petty. I'm trying to tame the petty.
All right,
Alan Jesse couldn't even sit with the bishop now. You see that? They didn't even get up with the robe and sit amongst them purple robes. They said, not fair.
Maybe they didn't have their robes that day. They didn't get their. That's it. They didn't get their robe from the dry cleaner. So
Jesse lost his because his son is just fresh out of the jail system, and he got multiple children outside of wedlock. Al ain't talking about nothing because
you went there.
His term will allow him to be amongst the people.
Right. But, sorry, Petty Krueger, you're right.
But I guess that was the only point where I chuckled throughout that whole entire moment because the rest of it had your girl out here crying. But I felt like we had some good church. And I'm Methodist, so when they start singing them old hymns, I was up in here singing too, girl. I was up in here singing, crying. With my amens, but to me, it was good to see President Obama to be in support of that family and to be there for the wife and his children. It was beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, the president, he's gotten a lot of flack for not being black enough. So I am personally really enjoying second term Obama.
Yeah,
like for real. Because I feel like he's really going there. A lot. And it kind of reads to me like things he's wanted to do and say, but couldn't because he had a certain delicate sort of dance to do. Whereas not being the first black president, he doesn't want, and it was immediately labeled the president of black people. And
Right.
so he has a very delicate sort of dance he has to do to get anything done.
Right.
So I'm really enjoying second term
He's starting to
Obama.
stop that dance. He's starting to
Hmm?
stop that. I said he's
Yeah.
starting to stop that dance. So
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, he ain't dancing no more.
Right.
Screw your dance. Keep
He's
your
out.
dance.
at least not for them.
Exactly, exactly. So yeah, was very proud of our president this week. He
Oh,
has he has yelled the N word and then sang Amazing Grace in the same week, and I love it.
Same.
and correct me if I'm wrong, but the healthcare laws are
Yes,
sticking.
Yeah.
So
yes,
he was like
Batting a thousand.
doing work. He was
Yeah.
yes.
doing work.
Yes, the millionth lawsuit against Obamacare, the Supreme Court. Well, I mean, it was,
Yeah.
um, and the Supreme Court upheld it. They tried to the other side, the right, tried to defund it again,
Mhm.
and the Supreme Court was like, "Take that weak shit out of here," and they didn't do it. So yes, so SCOTUS, y'all okay? Y'all doing pretty good.
A good week. It was a good week.
Yeah.
Well, ladies, I have a question for you before we get out of here.
Okay.
Anybody reading our book?
I'm not reading it yet. No. What about you, Sunny?
So what had happened was it's been a rough month for you, girl, and
Worst book club ever.
no, we're gonna get
I started it, but that's the reason why I asked was because it's a little slow.
Okay.
It's starting slow. Only a couple of chapters in, and much like Issa Rae, she started with her childhood. So I'm like, no, oh, okay.
Well, do we want to pick something else? I
No,
mean,
I'm fine. No. I'm gonna give.
already made a purchase.
Oh, right. I want to give it
okay.
the opportunity to get better. You
Shut
know.
up, Sonny. You ain't bought it yet. You know, the Joker that ain't bought the book yet. It's got the most to say. And that is the Negro problem.
That's our black segment. Okay.
Yes.
But I want to give it time. I actually do think that she's an interesting person. Now, personally, I could never really get into her podcast. It also seems a little slow for me, but I think she's a great actress. So, I'm hoping that it'll pick up a little bit. I'm only a couple chapters in, so like I said,
Okay.
she's a cool kid. So you know what I'm saying. As we move into adulthood, I expect it to get better. So I just want to know where you all were.
No, I haven't started it yet. But we have until what, the 12th?
I believe so. We got plenty of
Okay.
time.
So yeah, we got time. I'll probably pick it up after we get off the air tonight. Sonny.
All right. I'll put my money in.
Which is maybe I'm thinking I might want to get the book instead. Well, I don't know. We'll see about the audiobook. I don't know.
Book is cheaper. $5.
So what is the is Aisha Tyler? I can never remember the damn name of it.
Self-inflicted wounds.
Self-Inflicted Wounds by Aisha Tyler.
Yeah.
So anyone that wants to join the worst book club ever,
We welcome you with open arms.
we welcome you with open arms. That's our selection for this month that we'll be going over on the 12th. Sonny.
Yeah, I'm in.
Okay.
I'm in there.
But did you all just in kind of the same vein? I sent you all a link of some romance authors. I don't know if you guys are into romance.
I have to really look into them, but I'm definitely once we get closer to ending this book, I didn't want to get too excited and stop reading what I had.
Right. So just a thought, if what you guys, I guess, just got kind of do a little bit of research and find something fun and light. Just really fun this time and not slavey, Chris.
No slaves.
No slaves, or at least a minimum amount of slaves. Right. There's bound to be at least one slave.
I'm really shooting for no slaves, though. I'm a little over the slavishness. I'm even taking zombie. You know what I'm saying? Just don't be slaves. Just don't get slave zombies, okay?
We heard her right. She said zombies. We all heard that, right?
I'll take a zombie. Just not.
I will make
Y'all
that
heard that.
club. I'm scary. I can't do zombies. It's too real.
Ah, you chicken. Okay,
We
fine.
got too many real life zombies around us. I can't do it.
Hey, black zombies matter.
Girl, with all these crazy ass people out here, I think they zombies already.
Well, I was saying,
You know
I might
what?
know
Right?
both.
For real. We can look out the window and see that. Like, for real, for real.
So it's too real for me.
Oh man, that's hilarious. Well, yes, we'll just start thinking about some authors that you might want to read. I picked up a couple today, actually. Uh, this one I got it at half price books by Attica Locke. It's called The Cutting Season.
Oh.
And she's one of the writers on Empire.
Oh. I don't like Empire, but go ahead. I like Power.
Which is okay. I haven't watched that yet. I want to see that, but I don't want to pay. It's on Stars, right?
Oh, I got it free for a few months, and then I'm gonna cancel
Okay.
it. So I'll be in the same boat. So
Yeah, I got to get the book up like that because I don't want to pay for Stars just for that either. So,
it's not that serious.
right. But that's one that I just picked up today. And, you know, I heard about her on the podcast, and she seems really good. It's like a mystery novel. Black woman, black female author.
Okay.
But that's just one that I'm reading on my own now. But like, you know, just kind of start thinking about like what you like to read, and then find a black female author who writes it, and then we'll read that.
And then okay.
And clearly no slaves or minimum slaves. I think there is a slave in this one that like gets murdered or something. But you know, whatever. Well, I mean, there has to be some drama and tension somewhere. So
lives matter. Come on.
Yes, they do. Slave lives matter. Yes, they do. All lives matter. So yeah, so just like start thinking about like what you all would like to read, and we will find it and read it.
Okay.
And hopefully there won't be any slaves. Did you guys have anything else you wanted to touch on before we get out of here this week, and I can eat my other taco that's smelling delicious?
Not at all. I'm ready to go eat well, but I'm good. I think we hit all of the major issues of the week. I think.
Okay. What about you, Miss Sunny? Do you have anything on your mind you want to get off your?
Yeah, Clarence Thomas and his ignorance, but we'll put him on the prayer list for another time.
Oh, what did he do?
Oh, just Google it. It'll make you chuckle.
I don't think I can Clarence today. I might not eat.
No, yeah, because it's pretty. It's an Uncle Ruckus moment for real.
Wow.
It's in effect.
We'll just put him on the prayer list and save that another day. But no, I want to tell all y'all have a blessed, prosperous, and wonderful week. Add some positivity in that week. Do something for yourself. All right.
Yes. All right. I'm with it.
I love it.
All right, ladies. Well, it was fun talking to you guys. And I decided next week we're going to play Black Girl Bingo. That's if I can get the bingo sheets ready. But it'll be like a little fun game that we can play. So look forward to that. That's all I got. Bye, guys.
Bye.